EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Cleveland Browns Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Here's Elijah Moore now bringing it out of his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Back to throw, Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Hard throw, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
It's taken to the 26. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Now the rookie 3rd rounder from Tulane, it's Tajay Spears. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Second down, here's Willis. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Burks needed time to step into the void left by A.J. Brown's trade, and injury didn't help his cause. A little bit over 400 yards, 1 touchdown in 11 games. The Titans planning for him to ascend to the top role this season.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Browns defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Third down, it's Willis. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this one will kick out of bounds, so they'll hold on to it inside the 10-yard line. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Now a first down throw. Watson drops it off for Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The Browns had 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough. With a lot of polish, nice little buffing, this guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action with Willis. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 37-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. 2nd and 10. Play action. Willis. He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, here's Willis. It's complete, Burks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Willis looking to throw it. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Willis to throw once more. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A short throw taken in by Conquo. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. Willis looks to pass it here. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Willis to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. T. Higgins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try to get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not... He's got it with the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 58 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to hook you up.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on second and long. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. Touchdown! David Njoku. His second touchdown of the season. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
A nice run by Spears, who brings little guy size, but big guy heart to the field. Has overcome a couple of torn ACLs and still looks like the player who gives you 1,000 yards in a season in a starting role.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. On first down, Willis. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Willis now off play action. Going to the right here and finding Burks. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. In motion left is Higgins. On 3rd down, here's Spears. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
They'll roll him out right. That one's taken in by Spears. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Touchdown, Titans. Tajay Spears, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
You're watching the same game, Ralph, because I should leave.
Why, Ralph? Not what I saw.
You've got to be kidding me. You're a complete idiot. Gotta be kidding. Come on, Ralph. You shut.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
23 yards, the final tally.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league.
And it's a Titans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Titans get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return will stop right around the 25. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever...
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeAndre Hopkins with now his second touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Titans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 42. Again, it's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Down Peoples-Jones. 42 yards. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Play fake. Here's Willis.
And this is caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 75.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Watson.
18-yard line.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Here's Watson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception.